How doing, boys and girls? It's your boy UTA back with another video and back with another episode of the Tea&Tackles podcast, the podcast where we talk football. We sometimes give you some bets and predictions, and we talk a lot of shite in between. I'm joined with the usual, Ziggy and Jade. How we doing, boys? All right?
Yeah, doing all right. Long time no see.
Hey, yeah. It feels like Christmas, just once a year. That's all we need. So we'll probably see you again.
It's not been much to talk about in the Prem, to be honest. So nothing happened this year.
Nah, it's been bland, hasn't it, mate? It's been bland. We don't need to cover that.
Yeah.
Suppose if we want to get it out of the way first, we're going to focus on the World Cup. But thoughts on Arsenal? Is anyone giving them any respect winning the league? Thankfully, PSG came through, but
oof, that was a beautiful moment. But it's hard, you know. As a Tottenham fan, I was telling everyone, like everyone was asking me the question: what would you rather, Arsenal win or Tottenham? Arsenal win and Tottenham stay up, or Arsenal lose and Tottenham go down? They were like, "What are you taking?" I go, the only thing I was saying was, they cannot win and Tottenham go down. That is the least. That's the most terrible thing that could ever happen.
The worst scenario for you boys this season. The fact that for a minute we could have had that.
Yeah, we did.
It should have happened, to be honest. It should have happened with the West Ham VAR. Like, ridiculous. Scrape their way through.
Villa for me. Villa kept you up. Villa this far.
They did.
We'll give you 3. Then we'll go on to Europe. But yeah.
It was a tough one for me this year. Anyway. And it was a good moment when PSG won. In the end, finally. And
it felt like it came full circle, didn't it?
It was a full circle. You know, I think I saw a stat as like, they've conceded no penalties in the Prem and had no red card. I don't know if that's right.
Yeah. All year, innit? All year.
And then I saw another one straight after that saying VAR errors, and it was 11 in Arsenal's favour and 0 out of their favour. So pretty rough for VAR this year.
It's not looking good for the rigged league allegations, really.
No.
But to be fair, if anyone, I never want anyone to, you know, you always feel bad someone being the one that misses the penalty. If there were anyone to miss a penalty, he'd be the one. He'd be the one for me that I'm like, if anyone can miss for Arsenal, please be him. Just because I feel like he's been... They won the league from his shitouts. From him, you know, he's one of them that I think if you have him on your team, you love him. Because he gets all them decisions that like, and he influences referees, he flops over, he whines, he like bends all rules. And then, but if he's not on your team, you wait him. Like when he came at Welland Road and I was like, this man just winds you up. I'm like, you're a 6 foot centre back and you're like flopping over and crying and then holding, but time wasted. Just something else. So I'm glad that the world came full circle and give him that penalty miss just to bring him down a couple notches.
When he was walking up, I thought, this is the moment. This is the moment for him to miss. Come on. And I could see it in his eyes. He was going to do it.
What's with the run-ups as well, boys?
Maguire for a second.
Wwhat's with
the run-ups?
Like, what's happened to a standard run-up? Just, especially for a centre-back, just run up and hit it. Like, just put your foot through it. What's all this, like, standing to one side, then going to other? It's like, it's getting too much, man. Just put your foot through it.
I thought that one side to the other was, like, Ousmane Dembele, because he can take it with both feet. So it was like, what side is he actually going to take it with? But Gabriel doing it doesn't give the same effect.
I mean, that's how it started, right? Is that there are certain players who they obviously get an advantage by doing that because the goalkeeper has to like make a decision, but they can do that because they're like quality. And, you know, it started with like Bruno doing it, Jorginho, I think, right? There was a couple others.
They did a little skip one, didn't they?
Yeah, a little skip. But it's just become a thing of like, oh, this is the flair I have for my penalties, you know. And now it's just kind of got ridiculous because it's like.
Do you remember that Zaza one for Italy, where he took like 20 minutes to run up to the ball when he was taking the little steps, then just put it in Ro's head? But he didn't. The thing for me is like, your fifth penny taker is always your big boy, though, isn't it? Your fifth penny taker, you think. You always put in a Stevie G, or you put in like your big boys on it. I feel like 1, 3, and 5, get one in bag. 3, you want a big one. 5, you want a big one as well. I think someone's bottled it in the Arsenal team there. The fact that there were midfielders like Zubimendi, Madueke, and none of them have stepped up. And I get he's the captain, but the centre back shouldn't be number 5. I don't care who you are.
But that's how Arsenal are as a team. They're basically, for me, it's like that kind of like back 4, like 2 centre backs, Raya and Rice. That kind of diamond there. That's like the solidity of their team. Their attacking options are just like rando plug and play pieces. Like there's no one really elite in there.
Yeah.
I would say Odegaard is pretty legit. I do rate Odegaard, and Zubimendi has flashes, but he didn't look consistent at all. But yeah, to be honest, I thought that they wouldn't get through and win the league because they didn't have that like all-out scorer. But I guess it doesn't really matter if you're scraping 1-0 the whole season. So played out, you know.
Yeah, well, I think. I mean, I don't know what you boys have a preference on player of the season. For me, it's not even. There's no even debate. It's Raya. For me, it's like he is single-handedly won them. The amount of big saves he's made, I'm like, he's crucial in that. If they don't have Raya, they're Arsenal are them 2 centre-backs and the keeper. Like you're saying, to go 1-0 up, and even from a corner, how many times Gabriel scores from a corner or Raya keeps a minute, and then they hold out for that 1-0. Like you said, they don't play. Maybe they do have them players. Maybe I think if you played a different style that maybe they did a couple of years ago when they didn't win it, you know, we'd maybe see more numbers from Saka and maybe the other players and be like, oh, they're actually better than they've been this season. Maybe it's the style that's detrimental to them because they go 1-0 up and then just sit back and try hold it like a Burnley. But it's got that line.
I think that's a fair take because like all their attackers are kind of like, you know, you're just playing Havertz up top or you're just dropping people into different holes. It's not really like, doesn't feel like they've had a real specific recruitment strategy for the up front people or like the attackers basically, because I mean Gyökeres felt like a bit of a panic buy really just to get in a striker. He's bang average. I don't really know what that was about. Jesus is even worse. So you just got like all these players that just don't really fit, but you could kind of make it work if you just tinker around and like swap them around a little bit. But yeah, I kind of agree with your take. I don't know about player of the season for Raya, but yeah, fair. I can see it.
I mean, obviously, yours probably be Bruno, right?
Season, Ziggy. Yeah.
Obviously, yeah.
No bias. No bias there.
Finally gets his flowers, bro. I've been blowing the Bruno trumpet for a long, long time now. So,
how many goals and assists? I know he broke the record for assists in a season, I think.
I don't know.
Did he break the record, though? Did that last one were a little dubious?
I know, that was a little that was, yeah.
Yeah.
But
they bottled it on that, didn't they? They said, oh, we can't go back and not take that away. But who's yours player of the season? Do you have one or anyone?
James Maddison?
Maddison.
You'd have thought it the way he fucking came back every game, like shaking hands. It's like, yeah, sound like I'm like, you do know you're in a relegation battle, pal. What are you doing?
Yeah, it's wild. I would say maybe Kulusevski beats him. Not playing one single fucking minute. Which is terrible because I love him as a player and it's just such a shame. To be honest, I lean to Bruno as well. Yeah. I think he's the only thing that's made that Man United team tick. I think like he's the main contributor and you know, they finished third. They had a great second half of the season. It's quite annoying that, you know, at the beginning of the season, it was like Tottenham Man U, like quite far down, and then it's ended up complete opposite sides of the table.
I mean, the thing about it is like United are pretty crap still. You know, like it's been papered over because we're third, but like the criticism that there's been like least amount of games ever because we got knocked out of both the cups super early, and no European football. So, and it was dire under Amorim at the start of the season. It was pretty poor at points. And it was just like coin toss whether a match would go well or whatever. But you'd only get like spells of good game time. I think Carrick's been good, but I wasn't 100% sure whether he should get the job or not. I basically lean towards yes because there's not really anybody else. And I don't know. It probably would have been Areola, but I think he's on a bit of a risk, even still. I think it's kind of a wild time, really. And so the United squad for me has been really poor in a lot of areas and has looked good basically off Bruno. And also I think Lamens has actually been really solid, especially in comparison to Onana in previous seasons. So I think not really but the fact that we were like comfortably third is because of Bruno, and we would have been terrible the last 10 years or since whenever he joined without him. So
yeah. Also, no one else has been at it though. Like when you look at that top of the table, I think Shearer said it was like the top six have got worse and the rest of the league's got better. Like you look at the end of the table, like Sunderland's sneaking Europe. I'm like, it were a great chance for you boys. Like you say, you had no games, so you just every week you just prepared for one game. So I think similar to what you're saying is like next season's going to be the test. You need to recruit for European football, and that's when we figure it out. I personally have watched enough of Carrick in the Championship to know that I don't think he's top tier. It's obviously different with a different club and there his boys. Like I think you've done the job, and I think he's done the job this season. Like you're saying, is he the man to go forward and get a full contract? No, but like you're saying, who at this minute in time are you going to be able to attract when you're against, when the Madrids have needed a manager, Liverpool need a manager, Chelsea need
Madrid bringing back Mourinho says it all really about the state. Yeah,
it does, doesn't it?
Yeah. Smells a bit like the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer time as well, like kind of steadying the ship a little bit. United ex-United player. To be honest, I don't know if that's an insult because he did fairly good position-wise as well when he was there. The best since. I don't think there's been better since, has there?
Yeah. No, I agree. I think it's hard to really make any judgments really on Carrick right now because like Middlesbrough is not really. It's a different world.
It's not compared. Yeah, it is. Champo is totally different. Yeah. But it's like all you've got to kind of look at, isn't it? Really, with him.
Yeah, and the problem is also the comparison with Amorim. It's like it was so bad towards the end. And in my opinion, the reasons really were his setup is about really focuses on the fullbacks a lot. And that's why every game, it was just every chance would fall to Dalot and he's just skying it Rose every single game. And it's and then you have a game where Patrick Dorgu looks like a world-class player and you're like, it's just because the system functions well for the fullbacks. Surprisingly, I didn't think Shaw's looked very good this year, even though he's played every single game, which is ridiculous.
Some kind of record for him. Come on.
Who was the pundit the other day? It was Shaw's not he's struggled with injuries this year. It's bro, he's the only he's ever played every single game. I was
the only England team as well.
I know, yeah.
We'll get on it.
Yeah, I actually see him play.
Yeah. And I think you boys need some. You need some depth. That's going back to the Arsenal squad, like you're saying that they might all be just decent players, but they've got depth in every position. I think United kind of need to take some tips, and especially with European football, be interesting to see. But there's also something to be said for. He's just come in, right? Amorim had a system that he's trying to implement and put everyone playing people in positions that they don't. That's not really their main positions. Carrick's come in and said, all right, you're a 9, you're a 10, 4-2-3-1, stand. Everyone plays a position they like. So that's my thing as well, is that he hadn't done much tactically. He's just gone, you boys play your favourite positions, really, from what you can see. And because it's such a change up, it looks good because now all the players look better because they're playing in maybe the positions that I think next season's going to be the real. I think people can get carried away, being like, oh, Carrot, he's going to turn us around. I'm like, you need a big summer, I think, of signing some real quality. If Bruno gets injured, you're fucked. There is no.
Yeah.
What do you do without Bruno?
Yeah, basically. It play Mount.
What expectations then in Europe, the league? What would you be happy with next season? A decent Europe run and top 6, or like? Because I feel like next season's there's going to be some teams back. Liverpool, Areola, and you think some team next season are probably.
I think it's got to be top 4, really.
But, as well as a decent Europe run.
I think it's less important.
But
I think just the league and some stability there would be important, and not just like completely choking early on. I think that with a focus on the league and see what happens in Europe, but we're not challenging anyone in Europe, really.
No, I guess we'll move on to Spurs. Another relegation battle for next season, or going down?
You know what? I'm looking for one Kulusevski game. That's it. That's all I want. One appearance.
Kulusevski FC right now.
Nah, I don't know.
You must have been sweating at some point, though. Because at first it was a joke, wasn't it? It didn't seem.
At first it was a joke,
like, all right,
and then it became
like they're not going to be down there.
And you're like, getting a bit close, and then it's like, oh my god, last game of the season, 1 goal, like barely anything in it. West Ham winning 3-0, 15 minutes to go, and Tottenham can concede 2 in 15 minutes. So it's like, come on, this is getting rough. But there was never a point I thought it would actually happen. It was just a bit scary. I thought it. I don't know. Maybe I was being a bit naive, but luckily they didn't go down. But next season, I don't know. I push for Europe, some kind of Europe. Push for some form. De Zerbi seems to be. Well, seems to have some sort of structure in the team coming. Kind of got 2 free agent signings already. Robertson and Senesi, which are decent. Which does seem Romero's leaving, but we'll see. I don't know. Pushing for Europe, hopefully. But what's your take on that?
I think you got away with also poor recruitment.
Yeah.
I think you like sign these players that like think they're elite, or like you pretending to be. Does that make sense? Like a big.
It was it seemed like panic buys after the first few didn't go through. I think Morgan Gibbs White would have been like far better than what we ended up with. So it was like 3rd, maybe 4th option, Javi Simmons.
But it doesn't look like it's stopping, because I saw a rumor the other day that you might spend 60 mil on Savinho.
That smells like the same sort of stuff. I have seen the Savinho links, but I also heard 60 mil on Van Heckel, if that's the guy from Brighton, which also seems a bit outrageous. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. And I also did see Mason Greenwood links, with De Zerbi. So,
oh dear.
Let's see what happens.
He's going Saudi, and I think I know. I thought as soon as he started getting back, because he was crazy. He was licking his ass in Marseille.
He was saying
Mason, Mason.
He said he's his footballing son. So I thought it was going to happen.
Lock them both up now. Jesus Christ.
Oh dear. Yeah. It was rough. It was a rough end of the season though, because for me it was like every time I basically just watching Spurs and West Ham games, and I was like, West Ham were dire, man. Oh. West Ham were shocking.
The fact West Ham have been giving Leeds shit, you see it on that and shit all the time. I'm like, you lot, with how much money you spent as well, and you die. You like. Don't get me wrong. It'd have been nice to see Spurs go down. It'd have just been funny. It'd have been bants to see, one of them top 6, because then the Premier League's all out of whack. You've got the 6 votes that you need from big teams every time you want to make a decision. Now it's 5, so the majority gets turned over. So it could that you going down is not only an impact on Spurs, it's impact on the Premier League. With a lot of things that they want to implement, because Spurs are a big one in helping them with changes in decisions. But West Ham deserved it. They were shy. The money spent. I love how Somerville went missing. Everyone's like, Somerville's so good, so good. I'm like, we had it. We didn't go up. That man went missing in the playoff finals because he already knew he got to move away, and he knows he's moving from West Ham. He's one of them that I'm like, I've seen Spurs links with him. I'm like, he's prime. He's a prime Spurs signing. He's all about himself.
There's pieces at West Ham though. That's the thing that confuses me, is there's players in that team. There's good players.
Yeah. There's that's Fernandez's quality. I'd take him all day.
I still rate Souček. Bowen when he's playing well. I still rate Souček now. Yeah.
When did I don't think anyone ever rated Souček anywhere.
Oh mate.
He had his one Fellaini season, I think. And
Declan Rice wishes he was Souček. He was always the better player for me.
No, he's always been a solid player, hasn't he? But yeah, they had some decent quality, but they spent some serious money. They've saying they've got like 4 loan players. They've spent 30+ million on 4 players. They're out on loan. Fulkrug, Ward, Prowse. I'm like, they've spent some money to be, to be that poor or not have. The last few games, I'm like, oh, you lot lost it.
Yeah.
And they got plenty of decisions. You're talking about, Arsenal getting all them decisions. West Ham got plenty of decisions. Two handballs in box where it fell for them. There's definitely, that if you're a London team, I think you see it more if you're a Northern team. With the referees, there's a lot more decisions that go for London teams than the Northern teams. Might be talking a biased opinion, but when we're talking about that table of, you said Arsenal got most least mistakes gone against them. Leeds have got, I think, the most mistakes gone against them. So we've actually been fucked over most out of everyone by VAR, and a fight for manager at season, man.
I agree with that take, because I feel like this is purely anecdotal, but I feel like Newcastle have had some rough decisions go against them. Even Sunderland, I don't know if I'm remembering correctly, but I do kind of agree with that take.
I want to add to that take. It's London plus United. You can't leave it north and south. United.
What about City?
London, yeah. So London plus Big Six.
London plus Manchester.
London plus Big Six. London plus Manchester.
Which is basically just 2 Manchester clubs.
Yeah.
London plus Manchester. Everyone else gets shafted.
Salford FC have been getting decisions all season.
So do you boys think Leeds were in a relegation battle? Last time we did one, I can't remember. You boys said you'd be all right, or we'll probably be in a battle. Because I remember saying we need to recruit.
I think
we need to stick.
At that time Leeds just bought Calvert-Lewin, and that was about it. So we did.
It was based on the signings, which weren't particularly great. I think.
Yeah.
Talked about it, but Leeds have been solid, pretty solid all season. I thought. I was surprised that they weren't a bit further up the table, because you're on Palace level for pretty much most of the season.
Yeah. Well, them decisions go the other way. We've had the most mistakes. Then we might be in Europe instead of Sunderland, but no, I'm happy. From where we were at. That's what. Yeah, it might be a detriment, And I think you've got to give them props. Don't get me wrong. We're not on it to shit on everyone. They've got a nice run at the start, built up some momentum. They could have, on another season, they could have been down there. had a few nice bits dropped from. But I'm all for Sunderland. They've got a big, 40,000 every week. They've got a big following. I said when they came up from Championship, I said we'd much rather Sheffield United because they're going to accept going like a Burnley. They're going to sell all the best players and accept being in a relegation battle. Sunderland went, fuck it, we're going to spend 250 mil and give it a go. We might have FFP in 3 years, but we're going to have a good time of it. And then they've got Europe, so you can't knock it. They've gone the kind of the Forest route and been like spend a lot of money, and it's paid off this season. So fair play. Yeah, I thought we're in the thick of it in November, Leeds-wise. So I think we kind of fell lucky with the Man City game and changing system, and it's just gone well from there. I think from a neutral perspective, we play decent football. We're good to watch. I think there's a lot of shit football in the Premier League right now. There's a lot of games I'm like, I'll go put kettle on or I'll be on my phone. Whereas before I used to be locked in for 90 minutes. I think Bournemouth for me have been the best team to watch. I don't know who you boys think. I think they played great football.
I back you there. I've enjoyed Bournemouth, watching Bournemouth, and Iraola's. I think he's earned that move to Liverpool. To be honest with you, I mean he's got him into Europe, and he's left. I was a bit confused, but then obviously when he got the Liverpool job, maybe it was on the cards already. So I don't know.
Do you think that will? I know they were saying we're back in slot, but like Glasner and Iraola, they were leaving months ago, weren't they? You don't do that with a team who's just got in Europe. Have you been there for a few years? If you don't know something better is lined up, you don't risk it like that. So there must have been something.
It's a risky move though, because if he flops, then you're joining the Graham Potter list. Like it's that kind of move, where it's just like, you killed it at a small club, jumped up to a big six, and then if you don't come out the starting blocks, and I don't really like the state of the team. It's all over the place. Yeah, I just think it's a bit. You've got all the chaotic Salah situation, and
hasn't it not played out? Salah's gone, Konate's gone.
But that's what I mean. Him going like.
Oh, okay.
It's a turning point.
Go. I don't know. I think they need to invest in something. In a few.
It's more just the optics though of like you don't have Salah, and they're going to expect that the fans are going to expect that level of performance out of whoever is playing, and I think it's going to be a tough season for Liverpool. I didn't really rate Slot anyway, but I don't know. I feel like it's a rough job to me, in my opinion.
I think they're going to click.
Really?
I think so. Yeah, I think maybe Isak's going to get firing again if he has a decent World Cup with. I think it's a big step up in it, but his recruitment and what he's done at Bournemouth, they lost their whole defence at the start of the season. How he's got European football, he lost it. He didn't just lose one; they lost the whole defence. So it's like, and that Ryan's come in January and then got in World Cup. Like the recruitment's Brighton level. Semenyo's got a Man City. They've lost big players, and he's still got Europe by playing good football. So I think it'd be interesting to see now, instead of having to do all this scouting and be that feeder club, now you can take them from other players that do all that. You can be like, all right, Brighton have found him. Let's spend 60 mil on him and bring him in. So it'd be interesting to see at that level, but you also don't get the time to implement stuff. I think Liverpool won. If he's given the time, he's a one that can play that style. I think with Liverpool, for me, I don't know what you boys think. They're still kind of holding on. It's kind of like Leeds and Bielsa. You're holding on to a style of football from Klopp, and they still want that like high energy. They don't really want to play a different football, and they've still got half of them Klopp players still in that team, and then you ask them to play a different style than what they played for the full Klopp era. So I think they need, like you're saying, get rid of these big ones that have now crossing over that line and really rebuild with some players that are going to play that season. But Iraola also plays pressing, entertaining football, and I think that's why they've gone for him.
I know what you mean by that. They keep calling back to the slot, to the Klopp kind of style, but I just think mainly it's because Slot didn't have much of a style.
Yeah, so you're craving, what's happened here. We've seen these players do one thing and they're not even doing half.
Yeah, and I think they're going to click as well because Areola's style is nice. It's a nice thing to watch, a nice thing to be a part of. I think so. I think they might click. Let's see.
Rough for Semenyo though. He supposedly turned down Liverpool to go City to work with Pep, and then
Pep's done one.
He got his chance.
He's done one, and Ariel has gone to.
Yeah, but there's a lot going on. Xabi Alonso at Chelsea, interesting one. Maresca apparently gone to Man City, and now Chelsea are trying to sue because Maresca left his contract and they still had him till 2030 or whatever, 2029. It's going to be an interesting season, isn't it? I know that's what I thought. There must have been a mutual agreement, but they're apparently Chelsea are trying to sue City now because they're saying there was something agreed going on, and then he's obviously come out and said that to then leave, but he's still under contract till 2029 or something. But I don't know how it. Chelsea are probably just itching for money. You know they're in debt.
How many managers are Chelsea paying for right now? Is what I want to know.
They are. That's what we're talking about. London bias, like their bank account. How do we have to sell 200 mil worth of players and then we got to get fucking freebies to try stay up? And these are like billions in debt, and I guarantee they're not going to get alt flag.
Chelsea got 6 managers on loan right now.
It should be an entertaining season next year, though.
6 12-year-old managers.
Just for the future, mate. Going back, locking everyone up.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, it should be an interesting season, but.
Yeah.
Enough. We give Arsenal the due. One last part on Arsenal before we move on. My whole gripe with Arsenal fans, you've had to deal with it for a long time being a Spurs fan, Jaden, and now it's like the rest of the world's been like, oh, this is what you've had to deal with.
Yeah, go on. I know what you're going to say.
So, but my gripe is with them. I'm like, accept how you've won the league, like playing shit football. You know, it's worked, and I respect it by doing that. But then don't come at me, don't call up TalkSport and be saying Gyökeres over Prime Benzema and Saka over, you know. I'm like, what are you watching? Because, like, you've won, but that's the thing that annoys me as a neutral. I'm like, you've won it, but, like, appreciate how you've won it. You've shithoused it. You've had decisions when you need to, and you've been solid defensively. You've worked on going 1-0 up, and it nearly worked in Europe. And I do think, when people say football won in that Champs final, I think it's right because to play, like to win the double with that style, even though it's effective, it's not what you want to watch as a football fan. Even as an Arsenal fan, I think deep down you can say that and be like, it's great, we won it. But now next season, they're probably like, can we play a bit better football, at least against the worst teams? We don't need to play for corners, and I don't know.
The thing is, it has also coincided with them kind of becoming Celebrity FC and like London FC. Like it's just like, especially being out in the US where it's like, you meet the people who like don't like, if you meet an American who watches the Premier League in the last like 10 years, they like actually watch the games, they're probably a Liverpool fan. That's what I've noticed, right? They like the style of Klopp play, and they've just become a Liverpool fan, right? And they're all like, oh, it's my dream to go to Liverpool. Like, all right, mate, sure.
I'm like, yeah, you're in for a shot.
All right, yeah.
You go when the Anfield game.
I hear it's like Miami this time of year, But it's like the people who don't watch football but like kind of casually have it on in the background are Arsenal fans. And that's harsh to say of like all Arsenal fans. I'm not saying that at all, but it kind of has become a little bit of like, it's become a bit ridiculous. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
I'm going to say to both of you what you said. Well said. On both dates.
We're there for this bit, Arsenal fans Don't even listen. Don't even listen. We'll be halfway through World Cup talk and be like, and another point on Arsenal. Right, boys. So we've covered that. We give Arsenal the respect for winning the league. We ship football. Give Everton a congratulations for ruining football for everyone, bending over for Arsenal and Spurs. But yeah, moving on. World Cup talk. England. Right. Let's. I know Ziggy's got a rant that he's had in the back pocket for 7 months.
All right, let's join it before we get. It's not really football related, so kind of is. It's World Cup related. So
all right.
This is the new episode of Ziggy's Hot Takes. Strap yourselves in, lads. This segment is me proving that on Tea&Tackles podcasts, anyone can get that smoke, right? And another shit talking Arsenal segment, I guess, as well. So I'm coming at you, Ian Wright, for your terrible take that you just dropped.
Not Righty, no.
I'm coming for Righty. I'm sorry, I am. He dropped a take basically about the US World Cup and said that it's embarrassing how expensive it is. And the quote I want to criticize is he basically said Qatar got dragged, where's like the criticism for America. Well, let's be real. Qatar was using slavery to build the stadiums, okay? People are dying, all right? And you want to compare it to being a bit expensive. That is
a bit of AstroTurf.
Insane take. I can't understand it. And it's so bizarre because it's like, yeah, everything's expensive now. I don't know what you really want people to do. Like, living in New York, if you want to book a hotel in the middle of January, in the middle of a blizzard, random Wednesday, it's probably going to be $300 for a night. Like, New York is expensive. That's just what it is. So people complaining about like it being expensive. I'm like, welcome to the real world. People will pay thousands of dollars to fly to Brazil to see Taylor Swift, even though she's appearing locally in their same town, right? Everyone wants to go to events. Everyone wants to be out in the world. No one wants to be stuck online doing, watching streamers or whatever. Sure, people do that, but people want real life experiences. That's just like where we are now. And a lot of the criticism for me has weirdly been around New York, especially from like English people, I guess because Boston and New York are like two of the main games, right? And it's like, well, okay, the big criticism has been that it's $98 return on the train to get to the stadium, right? And kind of fair enough. That's pretty insane. But you can also get a $20 shuttle, right? That is also an option. Or you can just stay in New Jersey and, take an Uber to the site, and you have to walk about only 1.3 miles, which is also a little bit crazy. But, so some concessions there. But that's not the reason people are complaining. People are complaining because they want to stay in New York, wake up the next day, go stand in a line for 6 hours and get a cronut or La Pana coffee gelato or whatever, and have their whole nice World Cup experience. And like, oh, it's so expensive. Yeah, welcome to like New York. It's expensive here. That's the ticket prices. Like, you aren't owed a ticket to the World Cup. Like, so many people want to go to this game. Right now, it's the Knicks NBA Finals right now, right? Game 3 yesterday. Somebody apparently offered $1 million for a courtside seat. The cheapest seat in the arena was $10,000. It's not even a deciding game.
Yeah.
Right? The idea that it should just be super cheap for everyone and like accessible. The reality is FIFA's selling the tickets at a discount.
But also, like basketball is a shit atmosphere. I'm like, they have to chant defend. They put it on the fucking jumbotron so everyone's like defend.
It's when all stadiums are celebrities.
Football's about atmosphere. Like, sure. I totally get your point, especially more like New York and them areas. There's also insane prices to go watch Curacao in Mexico. I think for me, it's like there's got to be a balance between like that being cashing in and also you still want real football fans in the stadium. I've seen now more coming on watching Leeds in the Premier League. Atmospheres are dead for the big teams. They're all tourists. They're not genuine fans. Like that's why I think you need a Leeds and a Sunderland in the Premier League, because them stadiums are filled with people that live in that town and that die for them clubs. They're not someone that comes in for the day and wants to film a vlog and they don't know the chants and they don't know, So I think I totally get your point, because it's like, well, of course someone's going to pay ridiculous money, so why would they sell it cheap?
That's the problem, though.
But
it's
you
a
also
global
need
product now. It's a global
the
product.
atmosphere. Yeah, you also need that, because of you watching the World Cup on TV. We all grew up with the World Cup, and like it's all about the atmospheres and the fans and the. And it's like, if you're pricing these people out to even fly to that country, to even never mind go to the games, but to even fly there and stay there, people can't even. They're getting locked out to even.
Okay, see. On some level, I understand that, but spoilers. I am going to a World Cup game soon. I'm going to vlog it.
I offered $1 million to go watch Bosnia, Canada.
Yeah. It's cost me 25 grand. No, but I'm going to go to a game soon. I'm going to vlog it and drop a little episode. I'm going to
one of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Plastic, mate, you're plastic.
I'm going to Kansas City for a game, because it's the only place I can get tickets to. And if I'm honest, the price of like an Airbnb was not much different than I would have expected in like non-World Cup, right? The return shuttle to the stadium is $25. It's the price. The flights within the US are like not super expensive. Internationally, sure, but like all flights are pretty expensive right now because of like geopolitical conflicts. Not really going to get into that, but like the pricing wasn't super outrageous in my opinion. The tickets I bought at face value, like they were like $300, which is, I think, like pretty reasonable for
I don't
like
think that's
that
bad.
kind of
I don't
event,
think that's bad.
right?
Not terrible, no.
But I understand the resale is a lot higher, but that's because there's people paying it. There's people buying the tickets.
Yeah, demand. There's
and
a
that's
demand
the thing,
in there, yeah.
Like, everybody wants to go, and you can complain about it all you want, but when everybody wants to go, the ticket's going to be expensive. I wouldn't pay $1 million to sit on the court side of the Knicks, but somebody is. So what are you going to do?
Kind of like Wembley, though. When you see Wembley, man, how many corporate... every time you watch a game at Wembley, how many corporate seats you see in the middle of that don't even come out at half-time? And there's like half the fucking stadium. I'm like, that's why... yeah.
That's what it's going to be like.
I understand
That's what it's probably going to be like at the World Cup.
Yeah.
Which will be a shame.
Don't get me wrong, I totally understand it. The people that can pay will pay, but like you'd love to give the opportunity. That's what I think. The freebies are, if you can help people, like, it should be kids, should be like bring someone along for an experience. Like let them just experience that once. Whether it's, and I'm sure they are doing that, but obviously media is always about negative, and we're always like, say, they probably picked out the one game, like look at the crazy prices of this, like you're saying, well, it's in New York or it's in these crazy expensive places, isn't it?
I mean, that for the New York games, there are like for New York residents that you can apply for like $50 tickets. I think it is. Jaden sent me the link the other day, something like that. It was, right?
And for all 7 days I tried, only one worked, because there was like max 50,000 people that can put their name down a day, and the website crashed every time.
Yeah, the website,
which is kind of crazy, because that's how many people are asking for them in New York. So it makes sense why they're so expensive, but they don't need to take the piss with the travel. Like they've just 10x the price just because they can. Like in the London Olympics, if you had a ticket for the game, to go anywhere, you could ride the underground for free. It's kind of a nice gesture, and the London Olympics were like a really great atmosphere. So,
see, that is the one thing you can put on. Basically, it's on New Jersey, right? Because New Jersey is the one who's set these prices. And supposedly, FIFA...
They're not cutting prices. You in New Jersey? Them boys like, we're fucking cashing in.
Yeah. Well, they ain't going to need tourism benefit out of the World Cup, are they? No one's going to Jersey for a day out. Coming straight back. But supposedly FIFA offered to cover the transportation costs and make them all free. And basically the cities were like, nah, we're not doing that. So yeah, Jersey are to blame on that one. But again, you can get a $20 shuttle, so I don't know. I don't think it's that insane.
Yeah, everyone's.
You think that's gonna
cash.
The shuttle drops you off a mile away.
I don't think the shuttle does. No, that's if you want to Uber.
It's a bit of New York. Is it the MetLife?
Yeah,
where the final night. It's
yeah.
an awkward one to get to. Like, you kind of have to take the train. You can't unless you drive. But like
all the England fans are saying they're gonna walk there.
They're gonna walk,
bro.
Yeah, you can't walk.
You will die
you're walking on a motorway.
Yeah,
Ziggy, I reckon you should vlog that as well. I reckon you should give it a go.
What, vlog the walk?
Please walk. Please walk.
Please walk.
Like this is why
I'll take
Ziggy's last vlog, just on his Arsenal rant. So World Cup, boys. Yes. Sorry, Zig. Were there any more to that rant, man?
Nah, pretty much.
Just so Ian Wright's catching strays.
Yeah, Ian Wright's catching strays.
We'll get him tagged.
It's the
nicest men in football. Of all the don't go at Trump, don't go at old Infantino. He's like, nah, I'm going after Wrighty.
Deserved.
I suppose England expectations, what we thought when we saw the squad. What were we thinking? When you first saw that squad, what were your initial thoughts?
I was surprised at the players he left out, but I just saw the two names, the obvious ones, Foden and Palmer, not in the squad. That's all I saw before I actually saw the squad, and I was like, "Well, that's brave, but that's a big call, regardless, because they are both huge names and you just expect them to be there." But then when I looked through the squad, I thought there's not many people I'll take out. I don't know. It's like Eze, Bellingham, Foden, Palmer. It's quite a lot, and those two have performed the worst this season. So I don't know. He's been ballsy, Tuchel, but I think he has a clear game strategy in mind that he wants to play, and the players he left out don't quite fit. But how do you guys see it?
I agree. However, I don't think you can say that like Dan Burn fits, but Maguire doesn't. That was the big one for me, really.
Yeah, fair play.
I will say Palmer was a little bit surprising. I would probably have taken him. I don't think Foden wasn't a surprise for me at all because he's been absolutely terrible.
I think Foden's had more goals and assists than Saka and Palmer this season, which is kind of crazy.
But City were challenging for the title, and Chelsea were not doing
Chelsea.
That.
Yeah, fair
enough. I was kind of annoyed at first. I don't actually mind it really. It's kind of a weird one because I'm not really sure how I expect him to actually play in the tournament because he's a tournament guy, and I think that what you're going to see in the tournament is going to be very different to friendly. So I don't think I can judge anything really yet. And really, I'm just glad to see the back of Southgate. That's about my summary.
You know, watch the documentary or the series now. Only we could do a fucking series about a team that never won out.
Did you watch it?
No, but apparently it's good. Apparently it's good.
What's it on?
But yeah, with that team, I'm the same. When I first saw it, I was like, what is going on? And now I'm like, you know what? We've tried putting them. You can't fit all them players in, like you say, and you've got to keep them all happy. If these are the lads that like off the pitch, they're all more of a team, and that's what he's going for. Then fair enough. There were a couple that were like, all right, if Foden and Palmer aren't getting in on form, if we're going on form, the most informed man in Europe is Morgan Gibbs White over the last. So I'm like, I felt he was a bit harsh not to get in, but like you say, maybe stylistically it's not what he wants. And the one thing for me is, for the last however years I can remember, England have always needed someone at left back. Like you say, Luke Shaw's just been injured, and then he's finally had a good season. Well, not he's finally been fit for a season, and he don't get in. My one gripe is that I can't understand how you don't take a natural left back. As someone like my biggest pet peeve in football is having fullbacks that their strong foot is not their outside foot. They can't go down the line, they can't run to the byline. They're, for me, the two positions where a left back should be left footed, a right back should be right footed. They're the only two positions, I don't matter what foot you play with, they're the two that I'm like, a left back for me has to be, you can't be cutting back in or like you can't go. And that's, for me, I'm like, how have we not taken a natural left back? We've taken two right backs that play on left back every now and again. That arguably shouldn't have been at right back. So how are they getting a game at left back? And in a time where I think we finally actually had a decent choice at left backs. You know, Lewis Hall for me is the one I'm like, he's how's he not got in that squad a natural left back that's had a good season? I'm like, that's what we've been crying out for a while. But like I say, maybe he's gone for something else, more physical or more team coercion, or we can't, like you say, can't properly judge it till we see it. But like you say, he's made some big decisions that people get slaughtered. England managers get slaughtered. Whatever, he's gonna get. If we don't have a decent start, he's gonna get fucking slaughtered.
Yeah, I don't think he cares.
I can't even guess.
He's just gonna go back somewhere else.
Maybe it might be a tactic. Maybe he's like, if you know, we don't know what he's going to play. He's got a back four. Everyone plays like three positions or two.
Yeah.
Every player that he's picked seems to play. So maybe he's going to be like, this week, Jed Spence at left back. Then we'll put Dan Burn out there for this. So like maybe that's a tactic to be like, hang on a minute, we don't know what England are really going to play. But
could be.
Yeah, our boy Hendo got in. And no gripes about Hendo. I mean, last World Cup we were saying just take him as a staff member. We're here yet on another World Cup.
Another one. I don't know why they can't take him as a staff member still, because he's not going to play, is he?
It's his job, isn't it? That's his job.
He can't play.
Roy Keane.
It kind of ruins his like image a little bit of being a player still, though. If you go as oh, I'm not good enough to go, but I'm going as a coach. Like, he's still playing the game, you know.
As a cheerleader. You don't want. Yeah, I'd be like, I'm good. Like, could you come on and just give the boys a little pep talk before that? I'd be like, you can do that, pal. Unless you want me there on pitch.
Yeah, but he knows. He knows that deep down. He knows deep down why he's there.
He'll get. That's what at most. You know, if we're seeing out a game, if we're 1-0 up against. Panama, he might get 5 minutes to see it out. That's it, isn't it? Expectations, where do we think? Obviously, we've done well. We've had some favourable runs, so doing well is, you know, questionable. But knockout football, this is what I've been brought in for. What are we expecting? Or are we not expecting much? I think quarters.
Quarters. You can never really tell. Like, especially with England, I don't know. In the last 8 years, we've been actually decent. We've finished well, but I don't know. It's always such a shame when we get so close and never quite there. I don't know. I feel like. I'm gonna come out here, and Ziggy's not gonna like it. This is the tournament for Harry Kane. He's like peaking.
I forgot about that fucking Harry Kane. So he's on for Ballon d'Or this season, isn't he?
He is on for Ballon d'Or, and this is his tournament, and he's worked with Tuchel before. So I think Tuchel has got something up his sleeves. Like he wants Harry Kane to be kind of what he's doing at Bayern right now, which is difficult to defend against because he kind of drops back, quarterback plays it out, and then makes his way to the box and scores. That's what he's been doing. And then he's also a threat from everywhere. So hopefully Tuchel's done quite a good job in disguising, maybe like what you said, and teams are going to find it hard to defend against England. But I'll let Ziggy respond to that.
Like pull back my Harry Kane take a little bit because
let's go.
Wow,
he's not.
What happened?
He's obviously a good player, right? He's
there's such reluctance in your voice, Ziggy.
I'm gonna have to go back and clip up all the old.
Yeah, exactly.
You've got to clip them all.
He's not
even
good.
Yeah.
Worst England strike we've ever had.
The biggest issue I have for him for England is we've always played like this direct football. Oh dear.
M&S special.
M&S special.
Get you a free samosa that.
The problem is we play like direct football and then we just whip balls in. We play Brexit ball basically under Southgate. We basically did. And that's not how you want to use Kane, right? Like you want to play all around him. He's the focal point. And there's always been too many, like, it just never fit with the wingers for me. And it just made more sense, in my opinion, to play a player that does fit with the other attackers. I'm perfectly happy with just build the entire team around Kane, especially right now. But you got to do that. You got to commit. You can't just like half-ass it and go, oh, well, Kane's playing. And we're going to like play him in a style that isn't Kane's football, right? Like we have to just go all in this tournament for him to just like go crazy, right? If you don't want to do that, if you want to play a bit of maybe one team, you do want to play a different style, you got to make a bold decision and play another striker. And that's never been the thing. It's been Kane is going to be on the team sheet. And Southgate was never going to take him off basically ever. But he wasn't going to play the style of football around him that we really needed to. And that was always my biggest thing, is that it never perfectly fit, right? It's like, I don't want to just see Harry Kane stood in the box trying to head whipped in balls from Sterling and Rashford, right? Like, you want to see him play build-up football and be involved in the attack and playing people off and runners over him. And it's got to be about that team selection around him. It's got to be really important. And so I think Tuchel has the balls to make the decisions he needs to. And I'm pretty positive.
Do you think he has the right team around him as well for his style?
Madueke on the right.
Not
Hendo, pivot. Dan Burn, left back. Jed Spence filling in.
I think like with the Bellingham and I don't even really know.
What I think is it's very similar to Bayern right now, where you have the fast wingers who are good at taking on players and getting the ball in. You have the late run of Jude Bellingham, which is going to really help. And then you have Harry Kane coming in the box as well. So you have a lot of like that style counter-attack, which is nice. And you can see that obviously it's worked with Bayern. Bayern's wingers are very, very good this season, Lisa and Diaz. So, you know, I'm not saying Gordon and Rashford and Saka are almost there. They have the pace. They can take on a player. So I think he has a team that can play that style. And it looks like from the squad selection that he has picked that team.
I actually think Gordon of those three is probably the most compatible.
Yeah.
Rashford's such a... I don't know. I have too much bias with Rashford that I don't really even know where I stand. Saka, again, I don't know. I think personally... See, I even feel like that would have been a reason to take Cole Palmer. I feel like these kind of players playing through the center, I don't think we have the Elise and Diaz. That's what I'm trying to say. I just don't think we have that. So I don't know how it's going to play out. I hope I'm wrong, but I think he's going to score anyway. He will, because he's just in phenomenal form and he's banging them in from everywhere. But
yeah, it'd be interesting to see that style. Because even if you think we'll go in for the Arteta corners, set pieces, we've got a lot of big lads. You think, all right, well, surely you take a Trent who, you know, whether you don't like him defensively, but he puts in the best ball in arguably Europe. So if that's the game plan, then surely he'd be in the squad. You know, that's where it's like, it's hard probably to see until we do see it. Like, what exactly are we doing? Like you say, if you wanted to get the best out of Harry Kane like that, but have we got the wingers? But then also he's picked like Madueke and Rashford, who were more taller, maybe stronger wingers than some of the others. So maybe that's again physical. I don't know. I guess we'll have to.
I guess Rice is probably going to be on set pieces, right? On corners, I mean.
Yeah, I mean Saka. You know, we got some good. Even dead ball played on Anderson taken for Forest.
Yeah.
Midfield start. I mean, on paper you got a good team, haven't you? It's always been England, been like defense is kind of the weaker point in it. So it'd just be interesting to see how that defense does. Really.
I'm gonna just one thing. I'm gonna go off on a little bit of a tangent. Nike's ad, Nike, if you're in the US, their ad for the World Cup is outrageous. I don't know if you boys have seen it.
I've seen a couple. I'm trying to think of which one
It's worth a watch. It has everyone and anyone in it. Like it has celebrities and everything.
Is that the five-a-side one with Timothy Chalamet?
No, that's the Adidas one. So the Nike
Adidas has got another one with Beckham. Oh, is it the Rafinha one where he's like the cartel? No, sorry.
No, it has
Adidas as well in it. So yeah,
it has everyone in, and Cole Palmer makes it with Central C. It's kind of crazy, and so Nike were quite confident he was going, but didn't.
Yeah, like loads of the adverts have just been cancelled because he was in like.
I saw him in a load. I think
the only advert I've seen is the Michelob Ultra one, and it's Messi and Pulisic. Oh, get me out of it.
That is pretty poor.
He's out the jersey.
That is poor. I'm sure it has Ochoa as well, or someone from Mexico.
Now we're talking. How do we think you guys got a take on how we think we can go into favourites and kind of teams? How do you think the host nations are going to do? Mexico, Canada, USA. I'm a little worried for USA, to be fair. I'm a little worried. They've got a lot of. It's like they're expecting to do some good things, and I don't know whether they've got it in them.
Well, some of their fans' support on socials are getting a bit ahead of themselves, to be honest with you. So it's quite cringy and quite funny at the same time. But I think at best they'll get to the first knockout round.
So you've got to be shit to go out group stage. No one hardly goes out. I mean, 3 go through, don't they? You've got to be par to go out group stage.
They've got Paraguay and Australia in there, so I low-key rate a lot of the USA team. Not Pulisic, but
individually
got some players.
Some decent players.
Got some decent
players. There are some decent players,
and I think they'll do well. I actually think they might get a quarters. It depends.
That'll be a good World Cup. That'll be a very good World Cup for them. To be fair, they get quarters.
Yeah, you take quarters. Surely you take quarters.
Canada, I have no idea. I don't know what that's going to be.
Yeah, Mexico.
I think Mexico will do all right just for the home crowd. I think they'll do quite well. Quarters maybe as well.
It's massive, isn't it? Like people go back and like, oh well, if you look at France, they're so stacked, and people like Spain. But I think a huge thing. It's the climate. A huge thing you've got to. I think that's where we're going to struggle with. Maybe some teams. You look at like African teams are stacked. Brazil, Argentina, they're used to this playing in this weather. And I think we've seen it previously in previous World Cups where like the winners have been, in South America from these kind of hotter places that they're just climatized. So I don't know. You can go out 2 weeks early and get so used to it compared to some people that have been playing in that their whole lives. It's just normal for them. that's the leveler for me. I'm like, well, with France for me, I'm like, on paper, France are just ridiculous, and they've also got them PSG players that have only played 30% of games, like they're fresh, the rested.
Yeah.
But then it's like, it's going to be interesting to see these nations, even like us. Like you saw our boys playing 45 minutes against New Zealand, they were done.
I mean, ironically, the Dallas game is probably going to be the easiest one heat-wise because the stadium's got AC.
Does that?
Yeah.
Does it really?
Yeah. Blast.
Jesus.
That's an extra couple mil. Jesus. Them Dallas prices going through the roof.
I mean, that is the thing. Like it is going to be hot, and especially if you do get a game like in Texas or Florida. Like if you get a Florida game with that humidity, like that's the thing about, if you get an LA game and it's hot, sure, it's hot, but you've got a dry heat and it's like it's a lot easier to play in that kind of, environment. But if you get an East Coast game and it's a certain day and it's super hot,
midday,
and it can be anywhere, right? Even if you're in like up in Canada, it's going to be hot this summer. It's going to be a stinker. So it's going to be rough for a lot of teams, and there are some stacked teams from hot countries are going to deal with it. I mean, I think Portugal team looks stacked. Spain always going to be a massive threat.
Ziggy, who's your favourite? Who have you got on your cards to win?
It's a tough one.
Charlie and Ziggy hot take.
I think it's going to be. Yeah. Curacao. Nah. Yeah. Back.
I got Curacao on my tweets.
You're the only one going to watch him, mate. $3,000 a ticket.
Nah. I think that. I think it could be. I think Portugal will make a run. I think Argentina are going to come again. Brazil, just I don't trust Brazil at all. Could be a France again. You can never count the French out, really.
You're going to pick a couple more?
Yeah. England, Germany.
Yeah, it's tough, but there's also so many teams, and it's tough. It's tough.
I will say the Portuguese team looks unreal this year. Like it does look very, very good.
Rumours for Ronnie as well.
So,
the last one rigged for Messi. And, is it a nice little send off for Ronnie? There's been a lot of talk. I'm like, if Portugal do win it, there has been a lot of talk. Is it?
I think Portugal could win it.
Yeah.
That would be my go-to at the moment. I think Argentina, like, defending it is rough. I don't know. It's so many options, really.
Yeah, it's hard to judge beforehand as well. And like I said, with climate, there's just different factors. There's so many teams that there's going to be upsets. I think there's some Asian teams that play really good technical football that are going to surprise a lot of people. African teams that are used to the climate, that are big, powerful, and they've got some quality players that we see, littered throughout all the top leagues now. So it's like there's a lot of underdogs that I think are going to cause some problems, which is always our slip-up has been like when we're expected to win. That's when we kind of crumble a little bit. And I think there's going to be a lot of... It's bound to be with nearly, 50 teams in there or whatever it is. It's just... It's mad,
I think that France-Senegal group stage game, that's going to be a banger. That's going to be a banger.
It will be good. I have... In my dark horse list, I have Morocco and Senegal and Japan. I don't know why those three.
Japan.
I mean, and Japan, the AFCON final teams. Both of them.
Morocco had a good last tourney as well, didn't they?
They did, yeah. They did. And Japan, I don't know why. I just have a good feeling about them. They've got decent players.
Yep.
Just got a feeling.
I actually said Japan before, talking about on stream, before even England played them. I said, I think Japan are kind of one to look out for. And then we played them and lost 1-0. So everyone's like, get your money on Japan. Get your money on Japan. Yeah, I think it's there's a lot of Asian countries now that I'm seeing, like, technically wise. They play good football. They're entertaining to watch, and they've got. It's like all these nations have at least got one or two players in the big leagues, or whereas we didn't really see that before. You'd maybe have one, but it's like all of them now have a couple of sleepers that are in, maybe the French league or Italian league that we don't know about so much, but they're in them teams. Yeah, it'd be interesting. It should be a good World Cup at least, hopefully.
What about,
I mean, if they can handle it.
What about Belgium? Are we going to see? Because they've got such a great squad.
They've had a great squad for 20 years, man. They've all played together since they were 14. Hazard, De Bruyne, and then they done fuck all when it mattered. Don't know. Why you think? Around at some point. Are you adding Belgium to the 8 teams?
It's got to turn around at some point, surely. Like the squad is ridiculous,
Robbie Williams, left wing.
All right, we got to pick one sleeper each that we think are going to.
One sleeper each.
One sleeper each.
I'm going to go Morocco for mine.
I was thinking a bit more like
real sleeper.
Yeah,
real sleeper.
Like should be going out in the groups, but wait, we need to pull it up. Let me have a look. There's 50 teams. We can't be. Real sleepers. So ones, let's say ones that shouldn't get out the group but might. I'd love to see like a South Africa, that 2010 story. I love it's the same opener, Mexico, South Africa that we had in 2010. You remember when Shabalala scored top bins?
Yeah.
They're iconic. Right.
So the team I was going to pick, you kind of ruined it because they are going to get out of the group, but
sorry.
It's just because they have a weak group. But I was going to pick Colombia.
Yeah,
are they a sleeper though? To be honest with you,
I know he said Morocco, mate. You said Morocco, and he said nah. You got to go sleeper. Got to go.
Come on, Morocco was way better than Colombia. Man. Come on, what? yeah. Sleeper England. Come on, man.
Proper sleeper.
All right, a team who's not what
about the Scots
to get out of the group?
I was going to say Scotland, but they've got a difficult group.
They got
Morocco and Brazil. I will say Ecuador for me. They got a decent team. They got big players.
It's tough, isn't it? Because you got these teams that are like. I'd like to see an African team because I feel like one always does. We always get one that's exciting and goes quite far. But if you're picking a Senegal or Ghana, it's not really. Is it fitting into the sleeper category? I don't know.
Yeah, that makes it hard when you pick a team who probably shouldn't get out of the group. I'm probably
because
saying
it's hard. Most of the groups get out.
Yeah,
you have to be thinking
the easiest choice is probably to pick one of the teams in Group F because it's Netherlands, Japan, Sweden. So I don't know who you're saying who definitely.
Who's the other one?
Tunisia.
Yeah, that's like group of death for Tunisia, isn't it? It's a tough group. That.
I think Japan would probably be the one that you say would come third.
I think they'll do well. I think they'll finish top 2.
Maybe Japan.
I genuinely think they'll. Maybe that Japan to finish top of that group. You look at Netherlands. Netherlands is bang average. Who's the attack? They've got Kluivert, Gakpo, Depay, Weghorst. Like they've got. You look at the defense: Van der Ven, Van Dijk. They've got a good defense if they're playing 5 at the back. But I don't know, that attack for me for Netherlands just done. Let me pull up the Netherlands attack.
They had Xavi Simons, but he's injured. He scored against England, didn't he?
Yeah, what is it? Reinders, Gravenberch, De Jong in midfield in their last game.
So forwards, they've got Brobby, who's had a good season for Sunderland. He's an handful. Somerville, Depay, Gakpo, Cliver, Noah Lang, Veghorst, and Daniel Marlon. Marlon, have you seen Marlon, by the way? Second top scorer in Serie A. He only joined in January. He's like the most. He's been ridiculous.
That shows how bad that league is. I'm not gonna lie.
He's got like 15 goals in what 5 months.
See, I think that squad's decent. Like that back four that they played yesterday: Dumfries, Van Heck, Van Dijk, Van de Ven.
That's kind of scary. Yeah. They're huge, all of them.
I'm going to back the boys. I'm going to say Japan top that group. I'm going to back the boys.
Right, Ecuador for me. I think they'll get through the group.
Ecuador. Do you think they've got Germany, Curacao, Ivory Coast? Are they top in that group? Second?
I think they'll come second. I think Germany will go through first. But yeah, the team's decent.
I'm going to go with Czechia.
You can always rely on Zig.
Because I'm assuming...
I love this. Thumbnail right there, mate. Ian Wright catching strays. Czech to win it all. We're sorted. Clickbait.
Not to win it all. All right. Semis. No, I'm joking. Because in the Group A, you'd say Mexico, South Korea would be top two. I think Czechia could.
They can. I'd love to see South Africa do well. I'd love to see South Africa just for the vibes. I think that 2010. What were your favourite World Cup, boys? You have a favourite? 2010 for me was my most memorable.
It's got to be, for me, it's most memorable as well. 2010.
Yeah. It's the best
songs. What do we think at World Cup songs?
Which one?
Shakira saving the day. The speed one I heard a clip of it the other day and people were saying it's more like a World Cup song than others.
Is
the other one Jelly Roll? Which one?
Jelly Roll.
Jelly Roll.
Yeah.
That's so strange. Yeah. They could have got like someone. Why haven't they got like a bunch of like American singers to make a proper song? Surely. How many singers are there in the US, Canada, and could have one each, get a Justin Bieber, Drake for Canada,
But I think for them it's like Eurovision.
Yeah.
It's like you don't look cool doing that.
Yeah, Lighter by Jelly Roll. And I think did Shakira come in with one?
Shakira's got one.
Shakira's just gonna do one every World Cup now.
She's like Mariah Carey at Christmas, man. You go like, Jesus Christ.
But penalties don't lie.
So what we're saying, England, where England getting to? I'm saying quarters. What are you boys saying? We having faith? Is it coming home?
I'm not going to say it, so I'm going to say quarters as well.
Quarters as well. Come on, Sig. Someone's got to back us. Someone's got to back us, mate. Sig's like, not getting out of group stage.
I think we get knocked out in the round of 32.
Fuck it out.
Yeah, I think it's going to be.
Did you see the lineup? If everyone wins, which it never happens how it does, but if everyone wins out, they should do. It's like us, Brazil in the quarters, and it's like Argentina, Portugal for like Messi, Ronaldo, France, Netherlands. There could be some tasty games. Messi, Ronaldo would be such a nice send off. Like them two in a knockout round.
That would be a banger.
Ronaldo putting him in Rose Ed. Messi limping off.
There you go. There's your $10,000 ticket right there.
Yeah.
Messi, Ronaldo.
That's why you got the seat right at the back, mate. Just for
exactly,
either Ronnie or Gabrielle.
It's me and Timothy Chalamet will be front row.
Millie tickets. You and Timothy Chalamet vlog on the freeway, walking to the stadium.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Right, boys. I think that's pretty much wrapped up. We had a good sesh. I don't know when we'll be back. Maybe next World Cup, 2030. We might try and get some more in if we're available.
We get some more in.
Yeah, but if everyone has enjoyed it, give us a like, give us a comment. Any support is appreciated. Do check out the socials as well. I'll try to clip some bits up, get some stuff on there. If you like daily streams of, if you do like cards and stickers, go give me a follow on Whatnot. I do daily streams over on there. Yeah, appreciate everyone for listening. Appreciate you boys, as always, for joining. And we'll see you next time.